One Piece Chapter 1165 manga spoilers. Now that the climax for the God Valley flashback has come, I feel like the God Valley is truly like the old school Marineford in the sense that I feel like a lot of stuff could have been a bit more extended and some clashes could have been made into actual fights. And that may be a hot take because I know, Marineford is a great arc, don't get me twisted. But especially in the manga in particular, the anime stretched out a bunch of stuff, but the manga was like quick. It was like only 20 to 30 chapters, like way longer or shorter rather than your average One Piece arc. Tons of clashes, and I feel like God Valley similarly, like the content has been so hyped for so long and is so like good and incredible, but I think actually extended fights and matchups would have been good. And you may be saying, what relevance does seeing these battles have on the main story? Like, wouldn't that detract from the main story? But to be honest, I feel like the past is so heavily tied to the president or to the present. Literally everybody in God Valley is somebody's mom or somebody's dad or somebody's like previous antagonist who we just fought. So we're constantly learning more about characters who either Luffy just defeated, like Big Mom and Kaido, characters whose treasure I feel like are still going to make an impact, like Captain John. Like, even the minor characters in these flashbacks still have large ramifications for the main plot and main story. And even though this is technically Loki's flashback overall, I feel like we can still get to him later. It's okay. And I know some people are like, well, the anime is going to extend God Valley either, but I feel like the manga, is ultimately always going to be the original standard form of the story. And I think that even though the story is already really long, I feel like there's so much that goes into setup that isn't really important, like having 9 scabbards or whatever, instead of like the actual heat that we really want, and fights being off screen that we really want to see. And that's like one of my biggest complaints with One Piece overall. But yeah, still great, still really enjoyed it, still hype every week. Oda's still one of the best in the league, don't get it twisted.